If you're listening to this right now, there's a good chance you've been carrying a quiet fear, a fear you may not say out loud, the fear that God is disappointed in you, disappointed that you're still struggling, disappointed that your faith feels tired, disappointed that you haven't moved forward the way you thought you would by now. If that thought has been sitting heavy in your heart, let me say this gently and clearly. God is not disappointed in you. He is not looking at you with frustration. He is not shaking his head in impatience. He is not withholding his love until you do better. That voice of disappointment you hear in your mind is not the voice of God. Many of us learned without realizing it to connect God's love to our performance, to how strong we are, how faithful we feel, how well we're holding everything together. So when we struggle, when anxiety lingers, when grief lasts longer than expected, or when faith feels quiet, we assume God must be disappointed. But disappointment comes from unmet expectations, and God already knows you fully. He knows your limits. He knows your wounds. He knows your story. Nothing about your struggle surprises him. There is a verse in Psalm 103 that says, "He knows how we are formed. He remembers that we are dust." God remembers your humanity. He remembers that you get tired, that you get overwhelmed, that you carry more than you should sometimes, and he does not condemn you for it. If God were disappointed every time you struggled, grace would not exist. Grace is not given to people who get it right. Grace is given to people who need it, and you needing grace does not disappoint God. It draws him closer. If you're in a season where you feel like you should be past this by now, please hear this. Healing does not follow a schedule. Grief does not move in straight lines. Faith does not always look like confidence. Sometimes faith looks like showing up tired. Sometimes it looks like listening when you don't have words. Sometimes it looks like saying, "God, I don't understand this, but I'm still here." That kind of faith does not disappoint God. It honors him. There's a passage in Isaiah 42 that says, "A bruised reed he will not break, and a smoldering wick he will not snuff out." If you feel bruised, God is gentle with you. If your faith feels like it's barely burning, God does not put it out. He protects it. God does not treat weakness as failure. He treats it with compassion. So if you've been anxious, that does not make you a disappointment. If you've been grieving, that does not make you unfaithful. If you've been questioning, that does not mean you've let God down. It means you are human in a broken world, and God is still with you in it. Jesus himself said, "Come to me, all who are weary and burdened, and I will give you rest." Notice what he invites. Not the strong, not the put together, not the ones who have it figured out, the weary, the burdened, the ones who feel like they're carrying too much. God is not disappointed when you come to him tired. That is exactly who he invites. If you've been trying to earn God's approval by being okay, by being strong, by not needing too much, you can rest now. God's love for you is not something you maintain. It is something you receive. And if you feel like you failed in ways that still ache, let this truth settle gently. God does not define you by your worst moments. He sees the whole of you, the effort, the tears, the prayers you whispered and the ones you couldn't finish. There's nothing about your healing journey that disappoints him. God is patient, patient with your pace, patient with your questions, patient with the way you're learning to trust again. If disappointment has been part of your story with people, people who expected more than you could give, people who left when you struggled, people who measured your worth by what you produced. It can be hard to believe God is different, but He is. God does not withdraw when you struggle. He draws near. He does not demand progress. He offers presence. Right now, take a moment to notice how you're breathing. You don't have to change it. Just notice. You are allowed to take up space with God. You are allowed to be honest here. If you need to hear this again, let me say it slowly. God is not disappointed in you, not in your anxiety, not in your grief, not in the parts of you that are still healing. He sees you, He knows you, and He loves you with a love that does not waver based on your performance. There's a verse in Lamentations that says, "His compassions never fail. They are new every morning." New, not only on good days, not only when faith feels strong, new every morning. That includes mornings when you wake up tired, mornings when the weight feels heavy again, mornings when you wish you were farther along. God's compassion does not run out on you, and if you've been carrying shame, quiet, hidden shame, for not being where you think you should be, you can set that down. Shame is not from God. Conviction brings hope. Shame brings isolation. God never uses shame to draw you closer. He uses love. So if your heart has been whispering, "I'm letting God down," let's replace that with something true. "I am still loved." If your mind has been saying, "I should be better by now," let's replace that too. God is patient with me. You are not behind. You are not failing. You are not a disappointment. You are a woman in process. And God honors the process. If this moment has felt like a place to rest, you're welcome to return. This space is here for gentle reminders, quiet truth, and encouragement for weary hearts. For now, take this with you. God is not disappointed in you. He is near. He is gentle. And He is holding you, even here.